Hello everyone, welcome to a Spyro texture hack video. Today I'm finally gonna show you a video about this texture pack that Ghostie and I have been working on for the past year actually. This game I'm playing right now is Spyro A Hero's Tale, and the texture pack is based around The Legend of Spyro, the whole trilogy. So A New Beginning, The Eternal Night and even Dawn of the Dragon. So the things that we changed are the characters and even the world. Spyro of course is designed after his legend counterpart, and Sparx is as well, he has those big blue eyes. And then there's Hunter, who also appears in The Legend of Spyro, but that's about it. The other characters in the Hero's Tale have completely changed into new characters. Like you can see here with Thomas being Ignitus now. So let's start a new game and have a look, shall we?
That's the fallen dragon, Red. I'm sure you've heard all about him.
No.
I thought he was long gone. But it looks like he's been mining dark gems and planting them all over the realms. He's even got Nasty Nork and his minions doing all his dirty work.
Nasty Nork? Didn't I defeat that guy years ago? Huh. What are dark gems?
Oh, questions. So many questions. Dark gems are the life-draining stones that fuel Red's evil power. If you're going to stop Red, you'll have to find out more about him and destroy all the dark gems. But first, go and see Moneybags. He usually has something worth buying. Good luck, Spyro! Now I'll unlock that door so you can... Oh, Spyro.
And that was the intro. The Norks have been turned into apes. Nasty Nork being Gol, the Ape King, of course. What the Norks and apes have in common is that they come in 3 different shapes and look different in each biome. So they were an obvious match. The Green Norks are no apes, but based after those bowman guys from Dawn of the Dragon. Also they come in 4 different colors. Red is turned into Malefor, both being the main villain dragon in their game. And our professor has been turned into Moliere, because they are both moles that help Spyro in any way possible. About the level, yes, we're in the mushroom swamps from A New Beginning, and also the Dragon Temple. This level was mainly done by Ghostie. The invention textures are a little out of place, because we used the steel texture from Munition Forge. Why? They are made by Moliere, who is a Manrosmol, and the Manrosmols are known to dig those steel from the ground. Another thing, we can only change textures. We cannot change sounds, music, text or pre-rendered cutscenes. So in the end, the Professor will always be called the Professor, Red will always be called Red, no matter what texture. Luckily, there are barely any pre-rendered cutscenes in A Hero's Tale. Only one in the main menu, unlike The Legend of Spyro. The iron chests are now the pirate treasure chests, from the pirate ship levels. The baskets are from Dawn of the Dragon, from the catacombs. Moneybags, however, is still himself. But if he existed in The Legend of Spyro, we imagine him traveling with scavengers and collect treasure. So he's a pirate now. I really like his eye patch. And there's sadly no sheep in The Legend of Spyro either, so they have a simple color change. Why are there no sheep in The Legend of Spyro? Since most fairies in this game give Spyro the elements, we decided to base them off the elements. Zoe is the fairy of fire, since you will have the fire element by default in this game. A Hero's Tale and The Legend of Spyro share 3 of the 4 elements, that being fire, electricity and ice, which are not changed in this texture pack. Water, however, is changed into something else, since it never appeared in The Legend of Spyro. And here she is, the one that started this texture pack. It shouldn't be shocking that once Ghostie teach me how to retexture this game, the first thing I did is turn Ember into Cinder. And yes, you can actually play as her. As you probably know, you need to collect all the 10 Ember eggs to unlock her. But you'll be around the end of the game before you get to play as Ember. So we decided to show you an alternative way to play as her right at the beginning. It will come with a tutorial at the end. Also, we recommend you to play as Cinder once you have reached the next level across this bridge to prevent Cinder dupes. It's time to talk with Ignitus. If you have ever played Shadow Legacy, then you will notice that Thomas and Ignitus have a lot in common. So this change was pretty obvious too. I think Ignitus was the second thing I retextured in this game. While I did most of the models, Ghostie did most of the worlds. And of course he's the one that originally taught me how to texture to begin with. The dark gems are an example of the textures that we couldn't change the color of, because they are a vertex texture. The texture is black and white, and the color is coded on them. There's a lot of vertex textures in the game that we couldn't change, or at least the colors. However, the dark gems are good as they are, because they can represent the dark crystals from Dawn of the Dragon. And this is the last character that appears in both the classic and the legend games, Hunter. Here we have our first enemy. This Nork is based after the apes of the night version of the swamp/temple. And the reason why the night version is because so we have some diversity in enemies. The blue Norks are the daytime counterpart. These baskets are based after the targets Voltaire uses in his training. Oh, now that we found one of those Unbreakable Chests, let me zoom into it so you can see it better. They are based after the pink crystals that appear everywhere in the new beginning. There are 4 gem colors in A Hero's Tale and 4 gem colors in The Legend of Spyro. So we ended up changing the golden gems into blue. The blue gems are worth 100. The next thing I want to show you is Terrador. You may be wondering why Terrador isn't one of the elders. Well, you know what the Guardian's job was? They protect the eggs, just like Nanny in this game, and they both failed to do so. They're also both dragons, so they have a lot in common. Any Guardian could have been Nanny, but I wanted Terrador to be near the ball gadget, and here's why. So yeah, we did not include the earth element, except you can only use it at the ball gadget minigames, but it's included. The light gems are a last moment change. For the longest time they were the pink crystals from A New Beginning. Then I noticed how much better they could resemble the crystals Cinder used to take away the powers from the Guardians. They are this magenta color, but it's a waste to just give them one color, while the original light gems contained all the colors. So we added yellow, orange, blue and green. The colors of fire, electricity, ice and earth. Oh, and these are the icons of the collectibles. We used the purple egg because Spyro's egg is the most iconic one in The Legend of Spyro. And the dark crystals actually resemble the color that we wanted to give them, but we couldn't give it to the model itself, so the icon is the right color. Oh, and by the way, if you wondered why this carpet of moneybags was very weird, well, it's because it's shared with the carpet inside of Nanny's room, so we had to improvise a little. Before we get to the next level, I'd like to show you Scratch. Now, of course, there's only one Sergeant Bird, so we couldn't include both Scratch and Sniff at the same time. We know he's actually an enemy of Spyro, but was the best character choice because of his shape and it's a bird. And he was well known. Much better than a weak character like Hunter's Falcon, who is just a generic Falcon and didn't even have 1 minute screen time or a name. As you can see, we did remove the jetpack, and this is his flying animation now. Beautiful. Most of the Speedway levels do have textures that are not shared with the main levels. When I say most of them, then I mean that these over here are indeed shared and we could not change them. As a shared texture, we have to sacrifice one of the worlds to have these out of place textures. We chose the Speedway because it's a small minigame. Unlike the Dragon Village, that is the first place you will see of the game. So yeah, we indeed turned this level into the nighttime version of the swamp/temple from the Eternal Night. That way, that level could still be included in some way, even though it's just a night version of the swamp from A New Beginning. We did this a lot with the Sergeant Bird levels and even some Sparx levels, but it was not possible for the Blink levels because, unfortunately, they had a lot of shared textures. Speaking of Blink, as the last playable character, he turned into Mason, one of the moles in Dawn of the Dragon. I know Mason had a really small role and nobody remembers him, but yeah, both Blink and Mason are moles that nobody really cares about, so they match. Alright, I've reached the next level and now's the time to switch characters. Alright, I'm Cinder. And not only that, she has the poison element. Now the poison element is actually just a recolor of the fire element. They cannot coexist in the texture packs, so changing Spyro to Cinder does not result changing the elements. Instead, I created an extra set of textures that I call Cinder Mode. That includes her elements instead of Spyro's. You can have the Cinder Mode textures overlap the Legend's Tale texture pack, but that doesn't mean that you will be playing as Cinder. There is a different way to do that, which means you can have Cinder using Spyro's elements, and you can have Spyro using Cinder's elements. So Cinder with fire, Spyro with poison. When you just install the texture pack, you will get Spyro's elements by default. I did a little bit more in Cinder Mode, like fixing a specific glitch. Remember when you are playing as either Ember or Flame and use the supercharger? Yeah, you get Spyro's texture when using it. In Cinder Mode, I included her own texture instead of Spyro's. About Cinder's elements, they are Poison, Fear, Wind and Shadow. But in this texture pack there are nothing more but looks. They will keep the same effects of fire, electricity, water and ice. For example, the poison element works the same as fire. It will burn your opponent, it will burn fireworks. So yeah, if you see a firework, use poison. It will activate the firework somehow. But we included Cinder Mode because Cinder is a playable character in The Legend of Spyro. Cinder Mode is optional, of course. You can still choose to play as her without her elements if you prefer. Or even play as Spyro at all times. It is all possible. Once you installed everything the right way, it's not that difficult to switch characters. This is everything I wanted to show you in the video. I don't want to spoil the rest of the pack. So now I'm going to show you the tutorial. I also wrote a tutorial in the readme that comes with the texture pack. Even if you follow the tutorial here, there are some important links in the readme that you should check out just in case. So I'll see you at the tutorial. Okay, welcome to the tutorial. So, if you already have installed Dolphin and managed to get A Hero's Tale in the list here, then I'm gonna show you how to get the Place Ember cheat code. what you need to do is right click on a hero's tale and click on properties. Go to AR codes and then click on add new code. You can name it whatever you want, as long as it is clear that you play as Ember, so play as Ember. And this is the code. I will put this in the readme so you can copy and paste it. And yeah, I already have this cheat code, so you can check it and uncheck it, and that means you will be playing as Ember. That until you already unlocked all the eggs of Ember in the game. And yes, playing as Ember means you will be playing as Cinder in the texture pack. Also, before you're gonna install the texture pack and the cheat code, check out your game. Make sure you can play it and even install the controls and such. Because a working game is better than a working texture pack or a working cheat code. Now, for the texture pack, you can actually turn on the game with this. I'm gonna keep this game on. For the texture pack, you need to go to this folder right here. Of course, I'm using a shortcut. I'm gonna show you where this is located. Oops. Okay. Go to Documents, and there will be a folder called Dolphin Emulator. Click on it, and then click on Load, then on Textures, and you're here. Of course, I have a lot of folders here because I'm texturing a lot. Now, what you want to do. Open this. This is the download of the texture pack itself. You simply place this folder, G5SA7D, inside this folder. And that should be enough to actually activate the texture pack. Now, how to activate it? Click on Graphics, go to Advanced, then load Custom Textures. And that should load the texture pack. You can do that while the game is on. So yeah, if the main menu looks like this, that means it works. Now, for the Cinder Mode, I'm actually gonna need to test this out inside one of the files. Now, I'm playing as Cinder because the cheat code is activated. Of course, this is actually Ember, but she is Cinder in the texture pack. And currently I am not playing in Cinder Mode. She has Spyro's elements. Cinder Mode comes with the download, and if you want to activate it, then you have to do this. Click on this folder, the G5SA7D. The reason why it's named that way, that is the ID of A Hero's Tale. Each folder here is a different game. As you can see, Legend's Tale is inside of it. And what you want to do is play Cinder Mode inside too. Now, does that mean that you're playing in Cinder Mode? Actually, let's see for ourselves. Nope, it's still Spyro's elements. Well, I'm not sure why, but the folder that is last in the alphabet is the one that appears in the game. C comes in front of L, and so the Legend's Tale is the texture pack that is gonna appear in the game. So if I do this, place a Z in front of Cinder Mode, look, it worked. I'm playing in Cinder Mode, and if you want to switch back, you just remove the Z. Now I'm having Spyro's elements again. If you're somebody who wants to keep switching between Cinder Mode and the original version of this texture pack, I recommend you to create a shortcut to this folder, so you can always go back. Of course, I created a shortcut because I'm always working with the textures, so it's much easier to get to them. The last thing I want to show you is we kind of recommend you to disable fog. The fog is turned on right now, and it doesn't look that well on this level. And the reason why is because this level used to be a daytime level, which got turned into nighttime. How to disable fog? go to the Dolphin window, click on graphics, and in enchantments you can see disable fog, check it. Look, that's such an improvement. So yeah, we recommend you to turn off fog because it looks so much prettier, especially on most of the speedway levels. So yeah, that was it for the tutorial. I hope it was useful, and have a nice day.